Isn't it wonderful when your OBS buttons don't work for no goddamn reason? Okay. Fuck off, sea cleaner. Okay. Let's work out who killed Sakura. Okay, I think we're done with this room. Oh wait, no. Maybe we'll check that. And on the inside, handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust. It's quite fresh too, so someone was hiding in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, the killer hidden here until the locker room is open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not? Think back before you open the door. We're up inside the room, right? Yeah, it was open. Lock was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could hide in there until after we opened the door. So then, what does handprint mean? And someone hid in there beforehand. 12. An hour ago. So Kyoko's out of the question. I think we're done in here. I really think we're done in here. Huh? What the fuck else do you want to look at? The magazines? That same shelf full of magazines, all kind of different magazines. Yep. So... Right, we're done. Do we have to examine here? Evidence of multiple blows. Vomited blood. Yeah, I think it's poison. I think it's poison. Any way in and out. Doors are now locked and no evidence that the mountains have been tampered with. All will change to the door is smashed in the window, which happened to cause it broke free. Don't see anything else suspicious about the door. With the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved against it. Let's get the doorknob from turning. Well, I kept the handle from going down, really, let's be real. And the door from opening. No evidence of the door chair being tampered with or anything like that. So Killer must have created the lock door from the inside, not from the outside. We sort of knew that anyway.
Listen.
Okay, have you finished with your general investigation? I think so for the most part.
So then...
Should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
So I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gone a lot more pushy since we had that issue. And she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Probably went back to their rooms. I'm betting there's poison missing. Right, you're dead. You're dead. You're alive. You're one of... No, you're the one who stayed up there. You're dead. You're alive, but you're fucking nuts. Dead. Dead. Alive. Dead. Dead. For a few seconds?
You know?
Sumiko, did you need some? Yes. Actually, I wanted to check something about how Sakura wanted to meet you. How do you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakening you? I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. There was also one with Byakuya and Toko to come too. What did Sakura tell you that? Well, she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She
How about that?
she gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Okay. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. I need my drink. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Here's what she asked. She asked you to meet you. There's something going on here, mate. I don't think that I trust you. I really don't. Oh.
Actually,
Last time I saw Ogo was when Hina got hit and I took her to the NIF's office.
don't look at
I
me.
haven't seen her since then. Well, I'm here. Can you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Here it was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Looks like I don't have it anymore. Big goofy smile on his face, he pulled the hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Someone had fallen out of his pocket. Huh? That's a sweet wrapper.
What?
Because the wind, Hero snatched it back up again, shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Oh, sweet. When he was by, Hero quickly slipped back into his room. Hero said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Yeah. Okay, so Toko. I forgot Toko was called. Mind you, though, there's not really anyone else like. Alright, do we get Toko or Genocide? A few seconds. Okay, we got a Toko. Who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Shouldn't look like she was in a
Hey,
good mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered into the hall.
What do you want?
Said you wanted to talk to me about something? Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about that Sakura asked to meet you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Becky already told me she had asked to meet with you, asked you to meet them. She wanted to meet with Master too. I said two, didn't I? Guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? Well, I did get the note. I didn't go to see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe it? If I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept this fact. Is it good enough? I think I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated to her room. Sweet. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hero. What next? Look around the actual crime scene again. On top of that. Yep, protein can. Does it come from the chem lab? We're starting in the chem lab, mate. We are starting in the chem lab. Which is this one.
What?
Did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, got it. What you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Ooh, what's going on over here? My fist don't see in the shelf. I can't get over how big it is. We'll take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shells have been connected together to make one giant shell. And more importantly right now, is that power has been spilled in front of this shelf. Be careful not to step in it. It's a poison! Broken bottom in front of the shelf. Is this where the power came from? Chem C4. Like to hear someone interested? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. This pattern must have been
So
spelled.
in other words,
That's right, it could only have happened around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Yeah. There's footprints. You have footprints? and they're only in front of the left shelf. Those footprints relate to a scene as a whole, and they just sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. It's an insufferable smig, hand me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go chop chop. We got to work before long, draw up a sketch of the room. So I didn't get a chance to read that. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean.
I see.
So when you come to look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business on the left hand shelf. Came and went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, then left. So that's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
So footprints must be.
Certainly
Dakota, are they yours? No.
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see your feet do appear to be too big. Fortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints, unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. These prints are a really valuable clue. That they are. What's in the shelf? Dietary supplements and different medicines. Protein drink found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. Turns in the shelf have been labelled with the letter A and number. Guess we consider this shelf in. Okay, but wait. The one bottle here that's labelled MC9. Someone just put it here by accident. So let's see if I can see them. This shelf is. One that I can tell is nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter C and a number. Guess you can see it. Yep. So the poisons are on that shelf. So a bunch of chemicals, I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. They're used in experiments to bring out chemical reactions. We lived such ignorance for so long, it must be truly this. Isn't that kind of harsh? What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Didn't even say that. Anyway, doesn't matter right now. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. A letter B and a number. So I guess, yeah. Don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't think I have to worry about this shelf. About the shelving unit. Looks like split into 3 sections. Yep. You can see it as lethals. Protein powder from section A. What did it say on here, thingy? Yeah, that's from A. Okay. Bottle of poison from section C doing in section A. Definitely something going on there. Yes. Also, take note that that also has a C on it. Okay. We've done everything here. Right? Okay. Good hard look at the powder. Put it on the shelf. Remains of a broken bottle. Cam C4. Someone left some footprints. Yep. Power would have to be. Okay, yeah. So that's. Okay, that's everything. Around the rec room. I suppose so. You found anything?
I see.
Makoto, admit it, you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. You also need to learn how to make use of those clues. That was surprisingly, like, decent thing for him to say. Okay, down to the rec room. It's just down. Yeah, it's on 3rd floor. This way. No, other way. That way's to physics. Dun, dun. Right. Alright, everyone, let me see your shoes.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? Okay, what Toka and Hiro told me.
see.
Someone and Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go to see it. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, a shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things are revealed in your clues. You do well to look over them one more time. Can I, like... Yeah, I didn't mean that. I wanted to look at it.
Just a second.
Well, yeah, I know,
Hey.
but you think you might need to actually examine the body? So I'm getting around it. Like me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She's completely unemotional. Kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Oh, still some. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
She's a detective. More importantly, look here. Your
Correct.
shoes. The yellow powder on your instep. Yeah, it really stands
I
out.
see.
Powder is clue number 1. Have their shoes got Sakura written on them?
Hey,
Wound to her head, look
It's
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so just let me
it
explain.
would
It
seem...
appears she didn't suffer a single blow. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting
Correct.
thing. Both her hands were spotless, there's absolutely no trace of blood on either
It's
one.
true.
So that's what I've learned from examining her body in detail. Yeah, learn on this just by looking at her body. Okay, well, Kyoko could have pulled that off. Magazine telephone clue. It's upside down. Yeah, magazine's upside down. Someone put it back that way in accident.
Hey,
Someone catch your eye. And probably you to explore it in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Right at the invited magazine and flip through it. This is one of those pages near the centre of the magazine where it's been written in bold bloody letters. It said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
It would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this
So...
indeed the dying message? Someone used their finger to write it. The dying message.
However...
But to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It's very like that when I found it a little while ago. Mitchell would put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. And she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled, she's the killer for sure. That conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I see why you'd think that, but... It seems too easy. If anything, it makes it... Yeah. Let me see your hands. Yep.
Indeed.
And into her head.
Right.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's no trace of blood on either one. So how could she have written that? Originally been a bottle. Yep. Oh yeah, we did that. And there's 2 missing. I noticed that earlier.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? In correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Correlation. You just tell me what it is.
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. It's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I have to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? Experiment?
anyway...
Gather up all the pieces of broken Monokuma bottle. Try to get the smaller pieces too.
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get some from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? Better just get used to it. Took the broom and dustpan and got to it collecting all the broken pieces. Just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Let's get away. What kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
Let's go from the camera. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare weights of what? Pieces of glass you collected and the Monokuma bottles are still intact. Why do you want to do that? The point is that the experiment, well, that's the point of the experiment will make sense when we're done, that there's going to be more than one glass.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma balls. Sweet. It's
In other
balanced,
words,
which means each Monokuma ball weighs about the same. Makes sense. And the figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put the pieces you picked up onto one side of the scale. All we can expect to see. And the assumption would be either they'll balance out, or the pieces collected will be lighter. To investigate them all, but there's a chance I have missed some here
so
and there.
then,
Yeah, let's give it a try. Heavier. It's 2 bottles. Broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In
What?
other words,
We'll also experiment the correlation between each of the balls, put it all together. I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Is that it?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Sweet. It's very time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen in the class trial. No, not whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Hey, you probably looked a bit crazy just screaming that name, McConnell. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery.
what?
What the? I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. And no matter how awful someone is, if you toss it in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? Well, how great someone is, if you put a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? You're right, it does make it seem sad. Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. You act so casual after murdering someone.
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Be mean!
I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me murderer? Whatever. Either way, truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. Killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person isn't here. That person is one of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. Come on, let's put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator. With each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. Climbed into our steel prison in total silence. Watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. Elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. Doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate again, or will the school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for the 4th time. Deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Okay. Guess we'll add that. Here we go. 15 out of 15. Let's do this.
begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
I like the Egyptian theme they got going here.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
He seems really sure that one of those three is the colour. She must have some reason for believing that. Oh, he's a count.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it?
That doesn't make it.
That's the only reason you have her accusing it?
That's low. That's about as low as...
Okay. What was her account? Yeah, I reckon she said these notes under each person's door. Which totally does not fit with what's his face told us. I'm sure she mentioned it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it?
That doesn't make...
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
I couldn't remember how to do slow motion.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura. And what
The only reason.
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Okay, there you go. That's better. We're gonna try and take our time with it again.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
Okay. I see your logic. That disagree with Hina. Good reason to suspect all three of them. Doesn't mean one of them did it. Pocket trash. Okay, yep. That's from Hero.
Wanted to meet with all three of them. There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
That's not true. One, the suite, and two, you said that she
Hero,
came to your room.
When we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots?
Yeah.
It's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
Where did he
From
get it?
Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
But Hina only just gave one to her.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Maybe so it can't be right, because Sakura learned that mechanic after the incident in this office. Hiro got the candy from Hina now. Sakura left candy. No. Yeah.
I got it! I'm not
It
sure
just
about that, Hiro.
weirded too weirdly for me.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yes, because you've been lying.
Quite a sudden hostility.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
What's that?
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What shiny message even
At
be?
the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
Yeah, but how would you know that if you didn't get to investigate?
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Thank you, Kyoko.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Hold on. And Kyoko found the message.
I got it!
Yeah, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
Yep. Which just says it all.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense?
Nope.
What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Nope. Definitely something strange about it. Hiro found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, it contradicts what Hiro told us. Why do I get the feeling that it's not going to be Hiro?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Okay.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
That's true.
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
That's true.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Let's found the body. Where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I...
I don't know where it was.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
I think that's where I've got to shoot.
It was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
No?
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Okay. I think I need to do that.
I can tell you when I found it. It was only after I found the magazine tucked up when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No, I'm confused.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you, it was only after the investigation I found the magazine tucked away.
There you go.
Magazine shelf when I
Yeah, we'll
pulled it
use that
out.
in shooters.
What I said makes total sense.
There ain't no way you would have seen it.
Exactly when I found the
Dying when Ogre's body
was discovered.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because there's no way you could have seen it when you came
All
in.
you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
Yeah, but you could have written that.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
You could have written it. Because there was no blood on her hands.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Here we go.
Yeah?
No.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
No.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Wrote it down? I doubt it. Her hands are clean. Oh, hello.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right.
Okay.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
This ain't over already,
I'm
surely.
completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself.
Yep.
That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Well, this was fucking easy. You're admitting to
Please,
killing?
just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
Okay.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
I agree, but
And when I got there,
I'm waiting. That's a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. You want a piece of candy? Might help give you some energy. Oh sure,
and
thanks.
that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As soon
everything.
as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, I think he will.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yeah, if he left on the table, then how'd he get from the table?
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Yeah. What after? Doesn't make sense.
I got
Why it was hidden, yeah.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Yep.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
Also, there was 2 bottles that were smashed.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
Yep.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
So,
I got it!
yeah.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
No.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
She had 2 smacks to the head.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Yeah, I was going to say, that was way too easy. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
Who didn't Sakura hit Sakura? Sure, it doesn't end there. So it proves the wound and the, yeah. So that'd be.
I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, hit. Thing proves it was hit more than once.
No, it's wrong.
There we go.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Exactly.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
Because you're actually not the killer, you fucking idiot.
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Because we found the.
Hold on! How can you know that scratches from some cuts on her head.
Because the bottles together,
She was
it weighed more than one bottle.
twice with
When we
two
got the
Monokuma
glass.
bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
And we're missing two.
There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why two separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Yep.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
Yep.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy.
Chess pieces.
If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Yeah, it's starting to feel clear. Connection must be. Yep. Really? Oh, okay, we're doing Hangman's Gambit. Chess piece. Okay, I'm looking for a C. E. I need an E. I need another E. Here we go.
Now I understand.
Come on, I deserve to get a heart back for that.
That's it. The chess pieces.
Yep.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Yep.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
So we're missing the queen.
And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Yep.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case.
Actually, there is.
That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
It was excited? It would be intact. Right? Or if it was used, it would be broken.
I got it!
Okay, there you go.
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Yeah,
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
yeah.
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
Okay, that was the right
And
one.
what is this evidence?
Evidence to prove it is. Kyoga and I figured out before. Oh, that one.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. but someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
So she was attacked the second time, which would have been what killed her. It must have been used by the second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Yep.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
You're just a fucking idiot. Just be quiet.
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Must spend a lot of time admitting stuff then.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Should be good.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and then I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Okay, you did.
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
Is Toko about to be the one that was hiding in the locker?
I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
Yes, because he's a fucking idiot.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
They've more than come fucking loose, mate.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Yep.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, but we know something that you don't know.
Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
I sort of don't want to lose Toko because Genocide Jill is fucking hilarious, but it looks like we're going to. Yep. Absolutely. Probably been pressing the Y button until you find a strike at second forward. From now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose. Yep. Select it in the same way. Yep. Okay. You're about halfway through the game now. Go. Holy shit, we got a lot left. Well, good luck. Have fun. Oh, it's one of these.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie!
Okay.
That's enough!
No. Oh! Lock a handprint! Lock a handprint!
That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing.
Yo, thank you for the follow, whoever it was. I will check in a second. Lock a handprint. Shoot it!
This should prove it.
Thank you! Cautious? Thank you for the follow. I did not get a chance to read that before it disappeared.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
Which would have been how they were getting out.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Are we comparing it? When do we near it?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Ooh, her voice changed a bit there.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Ooh!
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Okay, are you enjoying this game? I'm fucking loving it. I actually can't wait to watch the anime, but I'm glad I haven't watched it yet. Because I'm guessing it ruins quite a bit of this.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
No, it's fine. Talk all you want. I honestly don't mind.
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Hero is such a fucking moron.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
I fucking love him.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
Serious and special news, but the game is outstanding. Good. Yeah, I've got it. But I'm glad that I've not watched it yet.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines.
Actually, probably once I finish the game, we're gonna get a few people together on Discord and watch it in like a text channel. Just hit play at the same time, sort of thing.
I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you have to ask her.
Who's here? Here, you mean? Oh.
Guess who's back?
I love Jersey Jill.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Huh?
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wonder. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise.
She is
I got so
amazing.
startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find.
Toko is like
Bottle.
2 out of 10 character. Jill is like 9 or 10. Jill is fucking amazing.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
I actually missed what she said there. Oh, okay. She smacked her in the
No,
butt.
she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
And I like Byakuya. He's such an arsehole, and this one makes his character
But I
likable.
just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
That's good. He told him like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
I'm sure you'd have some words for Hero on
What's
that one.
wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
I love to hate Byakuya too. Yeah, he's such a dick. But he's like the dickhead of the group that you like because he's the one who will say what needs to be said, sort of thing.
No, not quite yet.
No. Aoi's a bit too quick to jump to things here. I feel like Aoi's had more to do with this than what she's letting on.
Huh?
We're gonna lose her personalities.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
No, because it was poison fangs.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
I think after this one we're gonna do Nier Automata for a bit. And then we're gonna come back with number 2 and eventually number 3.
Your wish is my command, darling.
I don't want to lose Jill though. It's not over yet, is it? Because Sakura's... I think it's Aoi. I think the yellow powder is going to be something we need
just
here.
sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Okay. Because Sakura, and the problem is, did Sakura die? Yeah.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Yeah.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
Actually, no.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the
Doesn't
Monokuma
sound...
bottle?
Okay, I have got everything apart from 3.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Because she couldn't have died there.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
Thank you.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Yeah. Evidence proves yeah, the blood. Where's the blood?
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
And she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
Yep.
All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
That's true. She's got no way of moving that. Oh, go eat. Enjoy the game, I do. Right, thanks. Enjoy your food.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Thank you, Byakuya.
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, We can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
No, because the locker was open.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
Nope.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
Nope.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Nope. Because I saw it for myself.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open.
Yep.
So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
Nowhere else she could be.
What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
The tongue.
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
It would be the poison.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Listen, something so important. Maybe it's the powder. Yellow powder. Yellow powder. It's gonna be yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause.
There is.
Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Huh? 100. Okay.
What was it that killed Ogre?
If it wasn't
Yep,
from
yep,
Chicken
yep,
Boy,
yep,
there's
yep,
no one
yep.
that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
If I put it have to be written in there.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then...
Yes.
There's
Okay.
no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
Okay. It was the Monokuma file. It was the Monokuma file.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Yep.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
No, not if she got hit from behind.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
And there's that.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Yellow powder.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Yep.
Poison?
I knew that someone was going to get poisoned as soon as we saw the chem lab.
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Yep.
Of course, if you don't mind.
You'd be in that protein.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Yep.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Yep.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and
C.
In Section A, dietary supplements. In
Yep.
B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
Yep.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Yeah, and it was found in Section A.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
I'm sure I know where he got it. It's the central Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Yep.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Something was amiss.
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Couldn't believe my eyes. Rebecca put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
So shocked at what we were saying, all we could do was stand there and watch. It was the most natural thing in the world. Bianca was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality
It's
about
the
this
protein.
stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Yep.
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
I took the bottle from back at Bianca's hand, scraped a bit of the contents out of one finger, put your finger to the
This
tongue.
is... It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
Which means it was a protein powder in her protein thing, shaker. It was poison.
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Such a condescending arsehole. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which means that obviously poison must have been... We know where it was. Oh. Protein shaker. We need an R. Give me an R. T. E. Drink. I need an I. Oh, that was meant to be an N. Up, up, up.
Now I understand.
Here we go, Makoto. You got it. Only like 5 seconds after I'd finished it.
Must have been poured into
Hey,
the
are you liking the game,
protein
Scripts? Yeah, I'm loving the game. It's great.
If the protein's in the poison bottle,
Really enjoying
it
it.
seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can.
Yep.
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
It was the protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
Yep.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains.
And it certainly created a fucking ache and pain for it.
So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
That's how he is.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Has to be. Yeah, it'd be footprints on powder, right?
I got it!
Yeah.
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
Yep.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
Exactly.
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison.
Yep.
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
Because you just go by foot size.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
It was Aoi.
The footprints. They're mine.
We're gonna lose the personalities!
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
Yep.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers.
Oh, there's no
The
mistake.
only people here who wear sneakers are...
Makoto and Hina.
I got it!
Weird
Hina
saving.
are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Wanted to check your shoes. The prints must be. Makoto, are they yours? Nope. Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Yep.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began.
Yeah, anytime someone's like, I did it, she's like, yep, okay, that's them, that's case closed, just get rid of it, okay, over.
You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
Yep.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did
Yep.
you really kill Sakura? Why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
She just thought now's my chance to get out of here.
And then she downed it. All at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
Well, he's sort of right there.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
And what's that?
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Well, we want to know.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Okay.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
It is pretty obvious.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
No.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is getting weird.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well... Right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
Okay.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense of where the footprints were.
First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, the footprints don't say that.
Yeah.
If that's true. Isn't that a little strange? Yep.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Till we figure it out. Till we uncover the full truth of this case. Footprints in the powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Okay.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay,
And then I moved from Section C to Section A, and that's where I switched. Once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back. Then I took the bottle and left the chem lab. That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
and you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. Okay, I moved from Section C.
What? Yeah, they don't agree with that. The footy prints don't agree with that.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A.
Yep.
That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
Yep.
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Hello.
Evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Huh?
Did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Okay.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
He had already switched the bottles.
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it? Huh? Me?
Yep.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Go from a bottle of poison. Well, it's not that. It'd be that.
I got it!
Yeah.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
I'm wondering the same thing.
Think about that.
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where is the bottle of poison? Should have been when wait. Section A. Yes?
I got it!
Yes.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
Okay.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Because the glass was underneath.
Hold on, you're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Because of the glass.
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Okay.
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
No, it's not. We're just making sure that the glass was underneath it.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Yep.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
Because
you
there
know
was glass
what
up
I
there.
don't know.
Evidence. Yep. Be the glass. No.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
Yep.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
In other words, when I broke the window. Concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's
Okay.
not a doubt in my mind until the locked room was unlocked. It absolutely was not in.
So you're sick? Someone.
I want that
It
from
had
me.
to have been. It had to be. It was in there before the wreck.
When it comes to that protein, there's
Right.
not a doubt in my mind until
I think
the
I'm-
locked room. It absolutely was not in there.
That's what I'm taking,
So
right?
you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No.
No, that's it.
It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there.
Screw it, let's shoot this. Hello, Wix.
No, that's wrong.
I thought might have had to take one, but no. Thought the loaded
Remember
gun
how
was
there
like a triple
broken
bluff.
glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
They were under
We
it.
also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Yep.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
Yep.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
Yep.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
Poison cannon brought it to the rec room. Who's Sakura?
I got it!
Yeah, it was on
I
her
think
shoes.
It was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying!
We've seen it on her shoe.
Why? Why would you lie like that?
Okay. Let's hit Hina with it. Oh!
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Give me all the
You're a liar.
bullets back.
What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Okay, I was expecting to have like 3 choices there, but
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
Yep.
So the powder we found on Sakura. What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled.
Yep.
So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
Why was Hina trying to cover for her?
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
Yep.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Killed Sakura? Catch me Sakura and the poison and unsolved mystery of the locker room? Only one way to explain it. Huh? Wait, am I actually selecting Sakura here? It must be Sakura. Right?
Here's my answer.
Yeah.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
It was suicide.
So you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up.
Yep.
Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
She wanted to create the locker room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did.
Yep.
She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room.
Yep.
And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't quite understand why.
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right?
Yep.
I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. Shake your legs here and left the room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
Yeah, there's a track there and a track back.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Yep.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
Yeah.
The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right?
Yep.
The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Yep.
No! No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right.
Huh?
We have to end this properly.
Oh! And you hid somewhere. She hid. Okay. There's that one. He did the Toko thing. Toko, who was in the locker. She came out. She put it back upside down. Ken Genocide Jill. Be that one. It was the poison. Which someone grabbed. Oh. No, that's not her drinking it. That's her drinking it. That's it being picked up.
The killer is you! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
Yep.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Oh, did I have the wrong... Is that her backing into it? In which case, that's her coming out. It's a bit difficult to gauge.
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yep.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it.
I think the only reason Sakura called 3 people was there were 3 people that would watch her kill herself, and then they would instantly discovered a dead body.
Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name.
Coco.
Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
And even that wasn't
This
enough.
explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab.
Yep.
She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
So everyone would die.
And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
I want that screenshot.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened?
Yep.
But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Yep.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
So, nobody's about to die then.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out to me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I'm so confused. Is he about to punish a corpse? Also, suicide counts as murdering yourself, which is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself. Okay, we're done here.
What did you
That's
say?
the whole truth, huh? I see. There's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
You know, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest
What
of
are you
us.
thinking?
Yet you, why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her, so that's why
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you're gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins, because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. Serious? That's...
What is this?
Still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realise how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the Nier's office. Ran after her and... Sakura, calm down, you don't have to worry about me, I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this, it's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me?
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt. Sakura. Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought we were responsible. She thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find a way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. You see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them. Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us, and yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. It was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what his suicide note means. Instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. We're right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realised. So someone had taken some from the poison self. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura.
Please!
Let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. She got cut, she bled, if someone hit her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal, and yet...
Why?
You all blamed her. Tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realize it. We killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we made her dead.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. That's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but she's taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking about when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said, there's nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course, you know what she was thinking, because hearing me.
In other words...
Well, what I'm trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What, but Hina already? I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What then? You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you took my little scribbles at face value. Didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? Case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck. Even if the will had... Yeah, if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. What's the problem? It's all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut.
And?
Son, what did she write in a real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
Glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first
But
place?
hold on.
Isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of the story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez. Talk about Buzzkill, alright? Here we go. My good friend Hina, something I have to tell you. I have to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school and the mastermind came to see me.
See, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, my family has watched over it for over 300
I
years.
couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, this is my greatest weakness. Because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the
And
mastermind.
what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura... The hell was up with that
I've
candle?
made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to you all led directly to you all hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
Unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of the conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I never had people in my life like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us. She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. Sacrificed so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only a limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try and stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, I can keep you from killing each other. That's enough for me. This is the path I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt, not at all. Thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
In the end, all the meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of his stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hino with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
What?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. It's all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy, we never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
The heck? That's not how it's supposed to go. But anyway, you sure about that? This current game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ha, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? In a life or different elimination match, the only way to survive is to win. There will be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. which is why I'm bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear of this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement, which is why I'll no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now, I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Becca, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I'm being moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. I can't say that word. If that's what you're thinking. Where my master goes, I go. If the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can jump fire everyone?
Hey.
Well, now can you say Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. Nothing good can come of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time. Anyway, let's forget about that good for nothing backstab and get back on track.
Want me to punish you
And what you've
guys?
all been waiting for? Punishment time. But Sakura's technically a killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Isn't me? For heavens no. Just because the black is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Can I tell you? I'm very particular about the beer times one rule. I spent so much time preparing a special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it get away. A special punishment, I prepared a special guest. Special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
What? Oh no. Oh shit. Oh fuck. That's a problem. Looks like we weren't as good at hiding it as what we thought. You suck, man. You turn into a mangled hunk of junk. The way you took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout road, chicken's where it's at. I'm all about that grilled goodness. Fried, broiled. Give me a break. The colour, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. Here's how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. Don't understand why, but I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. I think it's some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. For the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Rodrigo's words raced through my heart and soul. My disbelief gave way to raw anger. I turned into fury, black and muddy and boiling over. Bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
You're friends with a laptop? It's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. It wasn't a laptop, he was my friend. You killed him. It's what you call animism, where the soul dwells within all things, like even like laptops. You can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. I was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
Finally noticed him.
Actually...
No. I knew about him from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with a laptop. I knew he was using him to analyze data. Exactly how it was all going to play out from the start.
What are you thinking?
You knew you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
I mean, the data on that laptop. It was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Maybe like a reward. In order for you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. Sticking to the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
So that was because of him. He wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help with the risk of his own life. For that he was killed. Yeah, punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
very
So
nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes you remember that every low can get even lower. It was definitely meaningless either. And we died so far. The deaths of each and every one of our friends, they make us all stronger. Swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Oh Mo, you're super mad, like, unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. Something I'd like to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this skill. A clue?
Hina.
Spoken with the mastermind off and on this whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think this is what they've done is... Oops, Daisy, that was a close one, another weird, and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So, book club is dismissed for today. Can't just stop the most important bit. Makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. Just to get back at all of you for your hardening. That's the whole point, stupid, is to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. I could ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. Certainly say this to the mastermind. I'm not gonna lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what, and that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
I'm out of here. Going to try and get some rest, you know. Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. You sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that, think long and hard. Those were departing words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, last clue to help us solve the mystery of the skill. The mastermind did something to us? She said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh. Hey.
Yeah, I remember that. Mastermind did something to our bodies? What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? We try to lose the skill, the sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes? Seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel just awful just thinking about it. Can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So class trial's over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, you must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, Gil. Kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologise? How about you make it the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologising to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. I'll try. Totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture its flag?
No, 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 no!
Can't suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why'd I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are a sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. Bit more bite and sarcasm, no wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Stop playing with Master, you're making me jealous. I want the abuse, give and take me. Guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Guess so it is for now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Hopespeak Academy. The story wasn't over. Well, it wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back up to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up upon us.
announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime.
That it is.
Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
That time descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. Couldn't remember the last time I fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice? I could hear a voice. What? Wake up. Wake up. Huh? Voice dragged me from deep slumber into a hazy half consciousness. My eyelids were like lead.
Kyoko?
Okay.
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. But my door, it was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. You don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is
Correct.
it? 3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m. Where's Kyoko waking me up at this hour? So late, what happened?
Makoto.
A favour? Yo? What's your favour?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of it now? We're not going to lay down and die, I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? I put her lips next to my ear and whispered. Data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. I know, weird she was gone. What the? It weird reverbed through my half-dazed head. The data center? I thought that it was locked. We waited to the after hours skill and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually I went out of the data center. When I arrived, Kyoko's not here. It's weird, she said she'd meet me. She may be inside already. Put my hand to the door and a certain amount of force. Didn't open. Tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? Data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
What are you doing up, mister? Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Why just trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But
Hey!
I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. Looks like you might break in any second, so I thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Were you going to try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Now you two?
You guys?
Whatever, two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on
Shall
anymore.
we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go on. Get out of here. Shoo, shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
Hold on. Listen, what was it all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. Then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What's the point of all that? Don't worry about it. Yeah, that'll be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. Was it turn to leave?
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Huh? What? He was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school.
What?
The one they call the ultimate despair.
What?
Watch out for her.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't want the altar lump. Okay, so I want to thank you all for watching. We're going to be carrying this on next time. So don't forget to hit that follow button and I will see you tomorrow.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Goodbye.